We're going to talk about Kennedy Carter. It looks like she's blacklisted. And she will be playing professional basketball during the season, but it won't be for the WNBA.
Is it really worth risking your entire WNBA career just to target Caitlin Clark? Kennedy Carter has given us a clear answer. After spending over 120 days without any WNBA team offering her a contract, and with training camps opening today, Carter has now officially signed with a professional basketball league in Mexico.
Seriously, she needs to do whatever she can to get some help, get her anger under control, where she will not have another incident like the one where she slammed into Caitlin Clark. She's out of the league.
This isn't just a typical player moving on. This is the Chicago Sky's top scorer, being completely and officially removed from the league after a targeted incident involving the WNBA's biggest star. The Sky allowed their standout player to leave without even attempting to get anything in return, and no other team showed interest, even after her MVP-level performance overseas. That kind of situation doesn't happen without a major reason behind it. Share your thoughts in the comments. Does Kennedy deserve this outcome? Now let's dive into how it all unfolded, where she's headed next, and how she's reacting. To it all, let's go.
Despite the solid fourth season from Carter, an incident with Indiana Fever guard Caitlin Clark stood out to many. The 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year came in the league, became arguably the most popular player. There, I cleaned it up for you, which may have rubbed some people the wrong way, including Carter.
Imagine this. June the 1st, 2024. The Chicago Sky facing off against the Indiana Fever in what seemed like just another game in a long WNBA season, until it turned into one of the most talked about moments of the year. With the score staying close all night and the Fever eventually pulling off a narrow 71-70 win, emotions were already boiling over when everything shifted in a split second.
And Clark. I mean, that's clearly a foul which was called. The question is, will they call it unnecessary? Kennedy Carter.
The moment unfolded right after a Chicago basket. As the players moved down the court, there was a brief moment where Carter and Clark crossed paths. Nothing unusual during the natural flow of a game. But what followed was far from routine. Carter, who appeared to be moving normally, suddenly changed direction. The shift wasn't subtle. It was intentional and calculated. She veered directly into Clark's path and delivered a hip check that knocked the rookie to the floor. Adding to the scene, Angel Reese was caught on camera immediately after the contact, jumping and clapping enthusiastically from the sidelines.
So she was signed to the Chicago Sky with Teresa Weatherspoon, with Angel Reese, with Camila Cardoso, and the rest of the folks. And then we get to the body check. This was originally ruled an away from the ball foul, but it was obviously a flagrant foul. It really upset a lot of people, which really escalated the issue. And it was really just poor sportsmanship on Kennedy's part.
The collision wasn't a standard basketball play. It wasn't even a typical hard foul. This was something entirely different. The kind of moment that made the entire arena gasp in disbelief. The live broadcast captured every second, with commentators' voices quickly shifting from routine analysis to genuine shock. "What was that?" echoed through the crowd as Clark hit the floor. Officials immediately blew the whistle, initially calling it a common foul, but even in real time, it was clear this needed a closer look. The referees gathered around the monitor to review the footage that millions would soon be breaking down across social media. Their initial ruling stood as a common foul, but after further review the following day, it was upgraded to a flagrant, confirming that the contact was non-basketball related and posed a potential danger.
One thing pushing Caitlin Clark, and it's another thing blindsiding her. Like, I don't think there's no justification for that. Like, to be honest, we can be honest.
What stood out most about the incident wasn't just the hit, but Clark's reaction to it. While many players might have jumped up ready to escalate the situation, Clark simply got back on her feet, gathered herself, and kept playing. No theatrics, no retaliation, just a rookie displaying the kind of composure usually seen in seasoned veterans. This stark contrast between Carter's aggression and Clark's calm only fueled the narrative that was quickly forming. Instead of breaking down shooting percentages or defensive schemes, analysts shifted their focus to frame by frame. Reviews of Carter's actions. Was Clark targeted because she was a rookie? Was it driven by personal resentment or professional frustration? The questions kept piling up, and the actual game itself faded into the background.
Something's got to wake her up too. You know? I mean, something's got to wake her up and say, man, I could be in the WNBA right now, starting on a team, being their leading scorer. I've got to get my temper and my head under control. I got to figure it out somehow.
What no one recognized in that moment, not Carter, not Clark, not the fans watching, was that those 5 seconds would completely change the course of Carter's career. This wasn't just a poor choice made in the heat of the game. It marked the beginning of her professional downfall. A single act that set off a chain reaction, ultimately leading to her exit from the league.
There's no doubt Kennedy Carter is extremely talented, but she's got to get her head screwed on straight.
If the hit alone wasn't enough to harm Carter's reputation, what happened next made things far worse. When the cameras found Carter after the game, offering her a chance to explain or even apologize, her response didn't calm the situation. Instead, it threw fuel on an already growing fire.
She knocked Caitlin Clark to the floor. We all saw it, a flagrant foul. And many people, including myself, thought it was borderline assault. It was awful.
Cameras kept rolling as Carter walked into the post-game press conference, giving her the perfect opportunity to shift the narrative. A carefully worded statement could have changed everything. An apology, an explanation, or even a simple acknowledgement of what had happened might have eased the situation. Instead, with reporters giving her a chance to address the elephant in the room, Carter uttered 7 words that would prove more damaging than any hit. "I'm not answering no Caitlin Clark questions."
And then Kennedy just wanted to give you an opportunity to talk about that moment between you and Caitlin. What was that play, what was said, and kind of what led to.
Next question.
Yeah, I mean, play before Caitlin, it seemed like she turned to you a little bit.
Yeah.
After
I ain't answering no Caitlin Clark questions.
did she say anything to you?
I don't know what she said.
What'd you say to her?
I didn't say anything.
That's enough. We're good.
She's